Greetings, this is Scotty Reed for Black Talk Media Project, and I just wanted to start doing some updates to our videos showing people how they can do their own online radio broadcasting. Well, you really wouldn't be doing it on your own. Hopefully, you will lease a server stream from us, but as far as the software that you're going to use, it's lots of software out there, and we're just going to help you simplify the process, because I feel like a lot of people are getting overcharged for some of these online internet radio platforms out there. And if you're one of those people and you're looking at, saving some money, well, this is a way that you can do it. All right. So the first thing you want to do is we're going to look at is our audio settings. And so if I go here to the little speaker icon and right click on it with my mouse, and then I can open up the recording devices and playback devices. Now, you may or may not have this audio driver called Stereo Mix on your computer. The way that you can find out is by showing disabled devices. I just right clicked anywhere in the field. I could show disabled devices or not show them. So if there's something you may already have it, just right click and say show disabled devices. And if stereo mix is one of those, then just simply enable it. And this is how you enable cards. Right click and then enable. That's an external card, but I'm showing people how to do this without an external card, just using stereo mix. Okay, so as you can see, I got all of these cards disabled. Now we're going to go back to playback, and that's the speakers. Oh, by the way, I'm also using a headset with a microphone and of course headphones. Now, some audio cards will have another setting for the volume of your mic. Right now, my mic, it may be coming in a little high, but we'll check the software that we use to broadcast it out over the airways. We'll check it, but you double click on it, and this is how you get to the different sections. So the stereo mix level is at 98, but for my particular computer, it's not being controlled by the volume in stereo mix. It's being controlled by the speakers. Now if I go to levels, as you can see here, I have another microphone setting, and this is what is controlling it. If this was muted, you wouldn't be able to hear me, of course. And so the next thing that we want to do, so that's how you find your cards. You can if you don't have stereo mix, you can download it. If you can't download it, you can buy an external card. I use XB X5 Go, which is made by a company called Creative, and it has a what you hear feature. It has microphone, of course, but what you hear works just like stereo mix. Okay, so that's if you can't download and install stereo mix on your computer if you don't have it. Now, the software that we use to broadcast the stream is But. This is free. This is free software. We have a link to it in our group, media help group on blacktalkradionetwork.com. Now, in But, what I would do is click on settings, the server information, and all of that, but we don't need to look at that right now. But that's how you will add a server. Say you leased a stream from us, and we will send you the information you need, and then you just add it in there, as you can see here. Okay, just add it in there. But you don't need to be streaming to make sure that your audio system is working correctly, your communication system. As you can see by the voice meter here, my voice is registering. Now, ideally, what we want is for the audio decibels to never go above 0. Ideally, -3 is good. But we don't never want it to stay up in the red. Now, if it occasionally jumps up in there, that's okay, as your voice may fluctuate. You may get a little excited, but it should not present a problem. Now, the audio device setting for But, you're going to have several. What you want to use is stereo mix. Again, we're using stereo mix. All right, so now we can see how our voice is registering here. Now if I go back and open up the sound drivers, as you can see, I can affect the audio meter by sliding this. If I go down, you'll see that my voice isn't registering quite as loud. If I go up, now that should be too high. Well, actually, it's not, but it should be registering too high. But I'm gonna go down on it to about, let's see, testing 1 2, testing 1 2 3, mic check 1 2 3. So we'll say that that's good. We'll say that's good. Well, we'll take it down to 65. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3, mic check. Now, you want to do a radio program that sounds professional, that, you know what I'm saying, it sounds like a person is actually listening to radio. Well, they are listening to internet radio, which is growing by leaps and bounds over terrestrial radio, but we wanted to have that radio quality production. Now, I use professional software called Sam Broadcaster. I did purchase this, but I understand there's other ways you can get it. But we're not going to broadcast through Sam, which down here is the different encoders where, you know, you can send out the stream and plug in the information like you would in but we're not. The only thing we're going to use Sam Broadcaster for is to mix our voice with music. You know how music will be playing in the background and music will be on, and then when a radio host comes on, then the level of the music will drop so that you can hear him above the music. Well, that is what we use, what I'm going to use Sam Broadcaster for. Now, I want to go to configuration, and we want to set it on encoders, record a pipeline, skip output, although I don't really think that matters. I could say none audio fade, auto fade only, okay, because I can choose to record through but I'm just leave it as is. But the record sound card device, we want it to be on stereo mix. Everything is set to stereo mix. Now, we want to automatically fade the music whenever we turn the mic, make the mic hot, and I got the level dropping to 89%. Here's the curve, S curve. You'll figure out all of this. I don't know the technical jargon used to explain it, but we want to automatically fade our music when we hit microphone on. Now let's just see if the microphone's working. Hit mic on and then lock to talk. Testing 1 2 3, testing. As you can see, it is picking up my voice. Now, because we're using stereo mix, the stream would be going out regardless if I had this pressed to talk or not. I'm still going to be heard, and you know, just remember that if you don't want to be heard and you're playing music, just simply use the mute button on your microphone. Okay, I'm talking about your physical headset. Just set it to mute. Okay, now let's cue up some music. And the music you'll be able to monitor through your headset just using the settings that I've shown you. Now I'm going to pause it right there because what you want to do, this is how you control the audio levels, okay? And we want, since but is what we're streaming the music through or streaming our program through, we want to make sure that the audio level settings aren't too high when we're playing music, that it's all the way up in the red. So as you can see, it's already set, but this is what you use to control it. take lock to talk off. Now let's set the other one. Okay, both of those are good. Now, when you're doing a program, even though you don't need to hit lock to talk or press to talk in order for you to be heard, because we're using stereo mix, and stereo mix picks up everything that it hears on the computer. But what we are using Sam for is because we want the music to automatically fade out whenever we hit lock to talk, okay, so that we can introduce like the next track or whatever. Okay, so here's an example of what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna hit play. Now, as you can see, when I hit lock to talk, it took the music down. It took it down to where it is playing at an acceptable level in the background, to where my voice isn't having to compete with the music. I'm not having to talk louder or yell over the music. The auto fade feature of Sam will do that for you. And so when I'm done talking, I can just simply take lock to talk off, and the music volume will go up. And that last track you heard was hella good, hella good. Don't even remember the name of the website where I got it, but here is One Power. You're listening to Black Talker Radio.